What's up, guys? It's Power here with RocketPunchArmy to do a review courtesy of tfdirect.com. So what we're taking a look at is the Transformers from the third movie, the RA-24 Buster Optimus Prime. Now this is actually a KO, a very high quality one. So I will compare it to the US release leader class. That's the only original leader class Optimus Prime I have. And another version of this, the black version, which I believe was an Amazon exclusive or something like that, which is also KO. I'll compare that in this video also. But the main guy right here we want to look at is this bad boy here, the Buster Prime. The box is what you typically expect, from this figure. It's the same Takara style box, same graphics. You'll see here, this is really cool. It shows the Buster Prime there. If we turn it around, same exact thing, guys. Right on the back just shows the Buster Prime. Little gimmicks here and there, and it's got this little try-me feature here, which is also passed on to this replica here. So we'll go ahead and press that down. Alright, so it's just as good as the original. So let's go ahead and open this and check it out. Alright, so I've given myself a good 15 minutes to take this guy out of the package. I didn't just want to tear open the package, so it's a lot of zip ties. And I've said this once before, and I'll say it again, this is definitely not for kids. At least not kids that are impatient, because it's a very, I wouldn't say fiddly figure, there's just way too many things going on for somebody who has no patience to deal with. But if you're like me and you enjoy a nice robot that looks great on display, this is definitely headed in the right direction, because it looks absolutely beautiful, guys. Look at it. So the difference is, let me show you the regular Hasbro one. Alright, so Hasbro doesn't have a Buster Prime, but they have this leader class. So let's try and fit this in there. You'll see the Buster Prime right away destroys it with all the shiny silver paint, the chrome up here. The one thing I do like about the Hasbro is the face mask. I love my Primes with face masks. This does not have a face mask. You can see it's the face going on right there. But it just looks so much more intimidating with all the colors, even though it's pretty much the same mold. So even though they're both beautiful figures, definitely the RA-23 has it beat by a long shot. Now the other one, I don't know if the review will be up by the time I do this, but I did a review on this guy, which is the black version, also available at tfdirect.com. I don't know how well he shows up with the dark background, but this thing is absolutely amazing. So make sure you check out the review for that, but I figured at least I'd show you what it looks like together. Alright, so we're going to get back to RA-23 over here. Alright, I still have a lot of these little rubber band thingies on there. I'll get rid of them when I go ahead and show you what the alternate mode looks like, but let's go over the actual figure. This gun here is beautiful, except it's a little tricky to transform because it fell apart when I was taking it out of the package, and the instructions only show you how to get it into the the exhaust stack mode. So it's a little tricky, but I got it. It's right there. The gun is beautifully done. It has that airbrushed look right on the tip there. It has a nice little kind of bronze color inside. It's a little bit hard to see. It's kind of hard to get the light in there, but it's got a bit of a bronze color going right in there. And the silver that's used to paint the grays that would normally be like this kind of gray plastic behind the windows, which is kind of a boring gray, it's a very nice reflective shiny silver. Now the chrome, looking at it this way, there's not a lot of chrome. I did expect at least these to be chrome because I'm not too familiar with the figure before I received this, because I'm not so much a movie guy, but I love Prime. But when I received this, I did expect to see a little bit more chrome. You see the chrome here, and that was really my initial surprise until I happened to look underneath, and you can see the truck grill there and the bumper, which is absolutely beautifully done with chrome also. So I guess it'll look much more chromy once we're in truck mode. But again, let's take a look at the figure here. Absolutely stunning. This is just amazing. I know this thing's been out for a while. I know the mold's been out for a while. I've even had the Hasbro mold for a while, but it's not until I received this that I really learned to appreciate it a lot more. So we'll take a look at the articulation here. You got the head that goes side to side, up and down. You get these little chrome bits here that move. You also have the shoulders, on ratchets. That's what I love about this figure, is the amount of ratchets. Everything's ratcheted. You can hear those elbows, the hips, the knees right here. You get the thigh swivel, which is actually really tight, which is good for a figure of this size and heft. And you got the ankles down here. You got the wrists that spin. You also get the swivel on the arms. So if you love ratchety joints, this thing is going to please you very highly. Now another thing I noticed is like the flame detail has a nice white outline, and it just stands out so much more than the Hasbro one, which is kind of boring. I thought the Hasbro one was alright, but you know, guys obviously have to see in this, the Hasbro one looks really cheap to me. But yeah, so we're gonna show off that LED feature gimmick thing one more time, so you guys can see it. It's got the sound action. Let's move up just a tad, get a clearer look. You can see the eyes light up green along with the chest. And then let's take a look at the back. You'll see the exhaust tanks are not here on this version. What we're going to do is take off his gun here. You'll see it looks like a big jumbled mess. It's a little confusing, but it's pretty straightforward. You bring that down, you turn this around, and this thing keeps popping off. It's easily attached. It's just a ball joint. It's just a little bit loose, but this part here, which is a little tight, is what causes this to pop out. So just get that aligned. Pop that back in, and then this closes around the side, and then line up this tab with the hole. Where is it? Right here. Alright, so you've got one done. Now the second one is very easy. All you got to do is push this in. You'll see this part. This is what you would push it out with. Alright, that forms the other one. Now if we take a look at the back here, you'll see these little gray areas on these little panels. That's exactly where these are going to go. It's going to slide right with these things here, are going to slide right into that. I'll go ahead and show you that. You might want to bring it up just to make it a little easier, and line that up, and it slides right in. And you simply do the same with the other side. So find that piece and then slide it right into here. Now each side slots in a little bit differently, so you don't confuse the sides. And once you got them locked in there, it looks pretty awesome. Alright, so I can go on and on about how awesome this robot looks, this version of Prime, but then it wouldn't be so much of a review. So what I'm going to do now, since we've checked out the articulation, the paint apps, we're going to go ahead and check them out in truck mode. Now before we obviously go ahead and do transformation, I do want to talk about the quality. I'm very, very excited. You guys know I do a lot of KO reviews, and the Masterpiece KOs are very, very well done, but it seems like almost these are even better, like a different level of KO. Not that the Masterpiece ones are bad, because they're almost identical. We all know that if you watch my videos, but it just seems like these really do feel like they come off the same assembly line, although I have verified that they don't. But it's just amazing. I mean, the plastics, the heft, the clicking, everything feels exactly the same. I'm sure there's very minute details or very obvious things that are a little bit different, but there's so much going on here. It would take me forever to really do a big comparison on my own. I'm sure some of you guys that know a little bit more about this can leave comments for people to know how to tell the differences. If your main thing is quality, trust me, these things are high-level quality figures. Alright everyone, here he is in truck mode. Finally, it took me forever. This is skill level 4, I believe, on the box, but obviously my transformation skills are still at around 2. But here he is. It's just a lot of holding this while you do that, while you do the other thing. But you can get him into vehicle mode, and he is very beautiful in vehicle mode. Check out those flames, check out the chrome, just check out the size of that. This is one big hefty robot truck here. We take a look underneath, you see all the little robot bits, but it's actually pretty clean, guys, considering all the detailing this has. It's pretty flat underneath. Not so many obvious parts going on, but you know, as Transformers fans, you guys know, this will make up the legs, these are the arms, blah blah blah. But beautiful, guys, beautiful. I kind of wish, the stacks were chrome. They're obviously soft, PVC here, so no one takes an eye out. But they are relatively straight. I figured they'd be warped or whatever. They are pretty straight. But again, all this right here would be nice chrome. This would have been nice chrome, but at least we got the little visors here and the grill, which is probably the most important. You'll see a nice little painted Autobot logo right there. Overall, very beautifully done, but I am not one to leave it in truck mode. I know the whole point of Transformers is go between alternate modes, but they do look a lot better in robot mode. So let me get it back into robot mode because there is a bonus part to this review. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now back in bot mode finally, my favorite mode of all. Now you guys know he's got the little spring-loaded swords. Maybe you don't know, but you can flick them out this way. Just pull on this little tab here, and they pop out. So you got the little Energon swords, or whatever you want to call them, and they're all nice and all, but you'll see that the hand is still there. All right, so there is a third-party set, which we're going to look at right now, which is the UFOs, which tfdirect.com was also kind enough to send over to show you guys. So instead of using those, you can use these. They work with the hands, all right, and it gives it a much better look in my opinion because it's right off the hand, and it's a little more believable as a weapon, although having them come out of the side of your forearms is cool too. I tend to like the design of these much better. These are very well made. They have screws here because these bottom pieces are actually double-sided molding, so there's no hollow parts. You've also got a peg here if you want to peg it to certain places on the figures. And right here you get a nice like orangey plastic with some silver highlighting. All right. Now if that's not your thing, UFO also has these. These are also courtesy of tfdirect.com, so you can check them out. You got the little battle hooks there. As you can see, you also have screws to let you know that they're two pieces of plastic instead of being made out of one piece and being hollowed out. And the plastics are really nice. And it's sharp. This little hook here is very sharp, so you do have to be careful. You don't want to give this to little kids. They absolutely will gouge something out. So only responsible people need apply. Now, let's just compare these since I was just showing you these. They're pretty much the same type of design, but the details are much sharper. It's a little rounder on this. Even the blade end right here is kind of roundish. You'll see how much sharper that is. So overall, a much better designed piece. And it doesn't stop there, folks. What they've also sent over is this battle axe here with this nice big handle. And you're probably wondering, how the hell do I get that into his hand? It's way too big. I thought the same thing too. But just like the other die-cast robots I have that have the same kind of feature, the handle pops right off, allowing you to insert the handle and putting the end there. And it's pretty crazy looking. I'm really honestly enjoying this figure, guys. I love it. I have the Hasbro version, I have the black version, but I think this tops it off. The black version is equally cool, but it's just, you know, this is Prime's colors. So let's go ahead and show you that axe up close. It's very nicely molded. It's got a lot of great detail going on right here. It actually, if you take a look really close, it's just a lot of things going on right at the top here, which are not immediately evident when you first look at this. But if you really just sit there and take a look at how well molded that is, you know, you learn to appreciate it a little bit more. Now, last piece I wanted to show you is this Cybertronian shotgun, which is also available at tfdirect.com. You'll see this moving piece here, which is totally awesome. And same thing, that just attaches right here to the hand. Now, I wish it wasn't available at the time, but I wish I could show you guys a UFO articulated hands, which would look absolutely stunning on this figure. But that'll have to be some other time, guys. But yeah, so let's check it out with those parts here. Guys, I don't know about you, but I think this is awesome. If you guys like it, you obviously know the Takara ones are very expensive. This is definitely an alternative you may want to look at. Now, even though most of the KOs I do come from tfdirect.com, they're not necessarily a KO store. They do have original Masterpiece. They have original Hasbro. They have a lot of third-party stuff. So just because I do a lot of KOs from them doesn't mean that's all they sell. So definitely check them out, guys. Again, this review would not be possible without them. So make sure you check them out. They're really cool guys. And if you have any questions or comments, guys, please make sure to leave them below. Until next time, bye-bye.